Hey, what's up? I'm Kantis Simmons, the academic guru, and welcome to Ask Kantis. This is my platform to help you by answering your questions on academic success, life success, and school success. Today I have a question from a young man by the name of Morrow, and he says this. He says, "Hi Kantis, I would like to keep my mind on just one thing. A few months ago, my mom passed, and since that time period, I haven't had the ability to focus on school. How can I do it? It is so frustrating so far. Thanks." Now, tomorrow, and to any other individual that has lost a loved one, a few weeks back, my godkids, they lost their grandfather. About 6 months back, a good friend of mine, she lost her husband, and he had 4 kids. Now, I realize that a lot of times we can't really answer all of the questions where death is concerned. Sometimes we know why a person died. Other times we don't know why a person died. And my advice tomorrow, and anyone that's watching this video that has dealt with losing a loved one, I want you to understand this, first of all, that the loved one, they loved you. Now, they maybe didn't have the opportunity to tell you as much as they wanted to, but believe me, number one, they loved you. And it's okay to go through an emotional moment where your loved one is concerned. Grief is attached to loss. When you lose something of value, of course, your emotions are going to feel sort of weird. Your emotions are going through a roller coaster. Your emotions are going to go through a lot of different things. And so, Morrow, here's what I would advise you to do. Because it was your mom, I would find someone else in your family who could almost, not say replace your mom, but be that support for you. Maybe it's an aunt, maybe it's a grandmother, maybe it's a sister, maybe it's a good friend of the family. And I would advise you to go to them, schedule some time with them on an ongoing basis, just to fellowship with them, just to sit down and talk to them about your mom, just to sit down and try to get some of the answers that maybe you never received from your mom or even from this situation. That's first of all. Second, Morrow, depending on where you are in school, whether in middle school, high school, or college, I would advise you to go spend some time with your counselor. And in some schools, they have what you call a grief counselor, or maybe a grief therapist or a family therapist, where they're there on campus in the school system to help students like yourself who go through this situation. Now, I'm not an expert on grief or loss at hand, but I do know the importance of spending time with experts, spending time with people who can help you in this area of grief and loss. But here's what I want to suggest you to do. Not only to help you focus on school, but to help you continue to go on where life is concerned. Number one, I want you to write down the 5 most memorable moments you've had with your mom. Yes, think about it. What are those things that have happened between you and your mom? Maybe it was time sitting at home in the kitchen. Maybe it was those moments when she disciplined you. Maybe you guys were out shopping. Maybe you guys were just kicking it in the yard. Can you identify those 5 most memorable moments? Can you write those 5 most memorable moments and lay hold of those? Because the reality is this. Your mom, she lives right here. Yes, your thoughts has the ability to retain, to bring up, to remember, to think about all the things you and your mom went through. You and your mom discussed those moments that you had. So first thing I advise you to do is write down those top 5 most memorable moments. And then I want you to write down those top 5 things that your mom taught you. Yes, what legacy, what words, what encouragement, what strategies, what rules, what techniques, what gifts, what conversations, what did your mom teach you that you can hold on to? Yeah, write those things down. Think about that. And then lastly, I want you to write down the 5 things you would think your mom would want you to do today. If your mom was living, if your mom had 30 minutes, an hour, 2 days, 5 days with you, what would be those 5 things that she would want you to do after she's gone? Now, I'm sure as you think about those 5 most memorable moments, as you think about the 5 things that she's taught you, as you think about the 5 things that she would want you to do, I believe in each of those 5, that you can find something to lay hold of. You can find something to hold on to continue to succeed through school. Now, focus is just what it is. It's focus. You're going to have to gather your emotions. You're going to have to put everything in proper perspective. You're going to have to get some help, find a counselor, talk to a therapist, spend some time with a family member, and do that on an ongoing basis as you build yourself up to replenish the voids that you have. But most importantly, I want you to think about the legacy. I want you to think about the words. I want you to think about those hugs, those moments, that instruction, that discipline that your mom gave you and that your mom left you. And by doing that, you will find something that's going to motivate you or move you or keep you active in accomplishing the things that you have been designed to do. So, Morrow, and to anyone else that has been in this situation where you lost a loved one, number 1, know that they love you. Also, take some time to reflect on those moments. Take those time to reflect on the things they taught you. And also take some time to reflect on the things that they will want you to do. Morrow, once you put these things together, once you establish your new motivation, once you establish your new goals, go in and begin to focus on school. Do what needs to be done to get the good grades. Do what needs to be done to continue to build yourself up, because at the end of the day, your mom would have wanted you to. So that's my advice for you, Morrow. If that's been helpful for you, let me know. Send me a comment below. And if you're watching this video and you want to give some love and advice to Morrow, just simply leave a comment for Morrow and anyone else that has battled with the loss of a loved one, that's battled with grief. And I'm pretty sure it will help all of us. Now, if you would love for me to answer your question or give you some advice, just go to askkantis.com, leaving your name, email address, and submit your question, and I will shoot a video just like this for you. And remember this, there's only one game in life that counts, and that's your A game.